such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com. We got a great and simple question. Hi, Aaron. I'm 46 years old. My wife is 39. I left my wife and 3-year-old daughter because she got me to give up my career, move to another country so she could live with her parents. She wanted me to change, and I just said no, and was then forced to leave her because she threatened me by using legal authorities to get me removed from my home. And I know this is the abbreviated version, which I do appreciate, but there was a conversation with me and this client before, and he was 100% legitimate. Don't think like, oh, I just walked out. He did not. He did not. So I just want to let you guys know that this isn't just some douchebag walking out. This gal pulled all the strings. She now lives in Seattle and I'm back in Australia. I still adore my daughter and would eventually like to be a family again. Question, will my wife eventually boomerang back? Is she prepared to change her weird obsession about wanting to live with her parents? Aaron, I hope the above is brief enough for you. Regards, and I won't mention your name. No, your wife is not coming back. No. Okay, boys, guys, men, let me hear your ears. People with penises, just hear me out. No matter what the media and society says about women being more emotional and in touch with, no. Men are way more, I wouldn't say emotional, but we are more heartfelt. We have more depth to our emotions. We're more serious. And as I've gotten older, and I'm kind of debating this theory, I haven't fully thought it out, but when in the womb, everybody starts off as a woman, female, but then only half then further evolve into male. And I'm wondering if that doesn't mean men evolve beyond women, because frankly, I'm sorry, women, you are piss poor at competing at the level of men. You just are not equal. I'm sorry, you're just not. You're not equal in terms of being men. You make superior women. By far, there are many things that women are better at than men, but you really do make lousy men. And one of those things is that I think women they'll act more emotional, but in terms of actually affecting their heart and being thoughtful and ponderous, and I think they are more robotic and truly less human than men, if that makes any sense. I think men do really ponder things a little bit more. And based on what you said beforehand, no, she is manipulative, she is advantageous, she has been taking advantage of you this entire time. You're a simp. You have let your emotions and feelings blind you to being taken advantage of. And this woman is not coming back. She is not. And a lot of this also has to do with her ethnicity. She is coming from a second world country, I won't mention which, where it is take advantage of first world doopy males to get the resources and send it back to the family. And she has fit that profile to the letter, to the T. She is just taking advantage of you, and she has been. So given women's general nature of being less emotionally, psychologically involved in family, and given her second world nation status and the profile of taking advantage of Western males, first world nation males, to supply and fund the family, her loyalty has always been with the family. You were a tool to be taken advantage of and used to get that. And now she has discarded you, or you have actually done quite a self-respecting thing and left her. So is she, will my wife eventually boomerang back? Is she prepared to change her weird obsession about wanting to live with her parents? No, because her obsession, her original intent has always been to live with her parents. That is the nature, that is the culture, that is what it is. You have completely misread her. And unfortunately, you bred with her. The real issue now is your child. Now, I have had discussions with Terrence Popp, and if you want, look him up, Terrence Popp, redonkulous.com. You can find him at Terrence Popp YouTube. And I am not one that has had kids. I don't have kids. And the reason why is it is way too big of a risk for reasons you enumerate, among many others. But I asked him, looking at all the hell that men go through emotionally, psychologically, financially, to, quote, get back their kids, or to just see their kids a modicum of time, and to still have their kids hating them in the end, where, the mom has them 5 out of 7 days, maybe dad gets them on the weekend. In other words, the way disproportionately awarded custody time, mothers versus fathers, the mothers can brainwash, indoctrinate, to the point that I, as a non-father, but yet an independent third-party step-aside observer, looking like, I don't know what good it does you to try to get ownership or possession or custody of your children, even for that part of time. The amount of money you pay for lawyers, psychological payment, emotional distress, all that. I asked Terrence Popp, I said, what if you were to just step aside, let the wife have the kids, and then you wait till the kids are 18, and I came up with this idea of a website. And if anyone you want to run with this website, like dadlovesyou.com or something like that, or ilovemychildren.com or .org, whatever, and that these kids could then look up their fathers. Because as far as I can tell, as an independent observer, you're just wasting a shit ton of money against a system that's structured against you. The courts, the divorce lawyers, the judge, they basically are anti-father. Although there's been some fathers that definitely did deserve to have their... It's not like I'm just cracking down on the single moms. There's definitely been some fathers that are shitty and didn't deserve to have any position at all. But it looks disproportionate. It's a losing battle. So if it's a losing battle, I ask the very Coptic, is that the word? Macabre? If it's a losing battle, why fight it? Let your ex have the children. Don't fight it. Don't waste any resources on it. And then run the long game and then find your children after they're adults, after they leave the home, and say, I love you. This is why I like the website where it's like you could write love letters to your children saying, I love you, I hope you're doing well, and there'd be this record of you, even though the kid was 8, showing that you actually did give a damn about the kid. You actually did care about your son or your daughter, no matter what your mother was saying, and it would be uninterrupted. It wouldn't be, mom saying, well, you're fine. There would be a digital record dating back to whenever of you showing your love for your child. And that when your child became 18, and then the courts were gone, the wife was gone, the lawyers were gone, all the disadvantage that it's very similar to Russia letting Hitler invade all the way up, like, yeah, you know what, take it, and winner now, hit him when you have the advantage. So why waste your best resources, why waste your time, why waste your energy on a losing battle right now? So I know you still adore your daughter and would eventually like to be a family again. No, you're a simp, you're a pussy in that regard. You're not going to be a family. You are a beta cuck. You're the epitome of a beta cuck where you think you're going to get your family back together. Your wife has displayed time and time again she loves her family and herself more than you. Right? You are a tool. Even worse than the shitty 90s band called Tool that came out. You're even much worse than that. You are a tool. So what I would recommend you do, let her have your daughter. I know that's so cold-hearted and chop your arm. I understand. Move on with your life. Do whatever you want. Put up a website. Love to my daughter. And have it timestamped so there is a track record that you do indeed love your daughter. So that when she is 18 and she's an adult, and her mom's going to brainwash her whether or not you try to intervene or not. Your mom's going to brainwash, or your wife is going to brainwash her mom. And you can just say, and in the end, time will tell, like when moms show their true, and your wife is already showing her true color. She's an evil woman indeed. Your daughter's going to get old enough to figure shit out. And it may be 25, it may be 30. But again, you're not arguing for the here and now, which maybe even Terrence Popp and a lot of you fathers would argue against. But down the road, you are battling for the heart of your children when they're 30 for the rest of their lives. That's what you're battling for. And so I would let this go, much as it pains you to be without your family. I understand that. No, actually, I don't understand because I don't have a kid. I don't even think I could comprehend what it's like to be without your kid. My point is, you're going to be without your kid anyway. And do you want to torture yourself psychologically, financially, and emotionally trying to get, what, 1 day a week and the kid hates your fucking guts anyway? Don't die on this hill. Choose a much better supreme position to die on when the courts and divorce corp and the divorce infrastructure no longer works when your child turns 18. Then that's when you hit and strike and you want to form your family. And I would not try to get back with your ex-wife. Your ex-wife doesn't love you. She is not a thing. She is not a toy. She is not an object. She is a sentient woman who has chosen to choose other people over you no matter what vow she gave before God. She doesn't like you. She probably hates you and has disdain for you. And the only thing we're salvaging right now is your daughter or son. I can't remember which. So I would do the long game. Let her have it. Focus on your work. Build up your money. Let her focus. Fine, all yours. Deal with the family, whatever. But leave a blog telling your daughter or son how much you love it. And then when they're 18, say, I've set this blog, have a very candid and frank conversation with your child. Your mother, blah, 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 blah. It was impossible for me to blah, 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 blah. I decided to wait until you turned 18 that we could have a normal, functional father-daughter relationship. And I think that's a much easier way to go about it. In other words, I know you guys, a lot of you divorced fathers, have love for your children, but your love is merely fueling the divorce corp infrastructure with you throwing shit tons, billions of dollars of money at lawyers to see your kids who are already predispositioned and disproportionately custodied that they're going to hate your guts. So I wouldn't even bother with that. I would let it happen, let them all learn, but their mothers will fuck up. They will. They will. And as long as you have a track record showing that you actually did care about your daughter or your son, I think that's a much wiser and much easier on you. It's going to suck being without your kids, but you got to think it's in the long-term best. You're not going to improve it being there 1 day a week. You're just not. You're just not. Let the government and the mother raise the child to be the hate-filled, angry woman that she'll become. Then, when she realizes that her mother is screwing her over, which they always do, then you can come in and say, here's my case, to a much more reasoned and older brain child that might listen to reason and evidence. And then you can start to build a healthy relationship from there. But you're not going to build a healthy relationship fighting over an 8-year-old when mommy's whispering evil things into your child's ear. It's just not going to happen. So. All right, hope that helped out. Advice from a non-father and non-divorced guy, but I saw enough of that shit happening to other people. I want none of it. So we'll talk to you kids later. Toodles.